YouTube, chicks. Get ready. You know what to do, chicks.
Look at Chick Smooth. Hey, Chick Smooth. Appreciate all the coverage that you've been doing. I've been watching your shit for a while.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy BREAD, Fox Report from the Chicks Universe, and it seems like this Tory Lanez situation is getting crazier and crazier by the day. So, if you've been paying attention since 2020, it's been one roller coaster to the next. Last week, he was stabbed 14 times, and now today, it seems like the overwhelming consensus from everybody is that Tory Lanez might be innocent. And now you have huge public figures who have huge brand deals attached to their name actually coming out with public support for Tory Lanez. In the past few days, we've had Kim Kardashian actually post Tory Lanez song alongside her picture in one of her stories. And now today, it may be the biggest one of all. Drake actually came out in full support for the release of Tory Lanez. Now, he didn't go as far as to say free Tory Lanez, but in my opinion, he took it even a step further. He said, "Come home soon" at Tory Lanez, and then he actually added the change.org link for the petition to sign for Tory Lanez to come home. Now, at the end of the day, even though he didn't say free Tory Lanez, in my opinion, that's a much stronger support for the freedom of Tory Lanez than you can give in general. It's interesting to see how things are turning out, and of course, this is going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. But as we all know, Drake kind of always had support for Tory Lanez in the situation. And you could always tell that he always believed that Tory was innocent. Why? Because he quickly sided with Tory in a lot of people's eyes. As you guys remember, he threw some shots at Meg allegedly on the Circle Local record where he said, "Shorty say she graduated, she ain't learned enough. Play your album track 1, K, I heard enough. This B-word lie about getting shots, but she's still a stallion." So everybody kind of took that as, hey, that was a shot at Meg about how she allegedly lied about getting shot. Meg, of course, was not happy to hear that, and she responded immediately with a tweet saying, "Stop using my shooting for clout, B-word, A, N-word. Since when the F is it cool to joke about women getting shot? You N-words, especially rap N-words, are lame. Ready to boycott about shoes and clothes, but dogpile on a black woman when she say one of y'all homeboys abused her." Then she also went on to dissing a lot of people thought was Drake, saying these N-words hate on BBLs and be walking around with the same scars. So a lot of people took that as a shot at Drake because, as you know, the overall rumor with Drake is that he actually has a BBL, and not in the sense of he had his butt done, of course not, pause, but he did get some work done on his abs, and a lot of people are considering that a BBL. Now, this is very, very interesting, and as I said, it's well documented the beef between Drake and Megan Thee Stallion as well. Even though there was never any formal shots thrown at each other with direct name drops, there's been a bunch of subtle hints, and there's been a bunch of context that's been added out there. Like, for instance, in this video right here, you can see that when Megan Thee Stallion hears the Drake song being played, she makes a face and skips it to the next one. In this video over here, you can kind of see that Drake is kind of throwing shots when he starts shouting out his friend Meg in the audience. It says, "Not that Meg."
I gotta give a shout out to somebody in here that's been with me since the beginning of my career. Her name is Megan. Meg something, Meg Yuck, whatever you know her. She been there with me since day one, like real shit, built this shit with me. Real H-style legend. Shout out to Meg one time, for real. Not that Meg, this Meg. Yeah.
And it's actually crazy how the narrative of this whole story, which seemed to be solidified for the last 2 years, it seemed as though ever since Tory was convicted, it was like pretty much open shut case that, hey, he did that, he's guilty, F him. However, with all of these new details, Tory getting stabbed, new evidence coming into light, a lot of inconsistencies with Kelsey's stories, and with Kelsey getting immunity and Kelsey not being checked for DNA. Then on top of that, Kelsey's bodyguard actually coming out the other day.
Close proximity, and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. Peterson, I'm sorry, Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had, where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times.
So these are all big things, and I'm pretty sure these all play contributing factors as to why Drake is now 100% standing 10 toes on the side of Tory Lanez needs to be free. It seems as though this might actually be a happy ending for Tory, despite everything that he had to go through. But at the end of the day, these are all still speculations. And one thing that we do have to know, although Kelsey's bodyguard did come forward and talk to Tory Lanez's lawyers, the bodyguard still has not entered that testimony into an affidavit or submitted it to the courts. So as of right now, it still remains unofficial, but I'm sure as soon as it is submitted to the court, Tory Lanez more than likely will be getting an appeal, which he may actually win. And he may end up walking out of that jail. Man, that would be crazy to see. And that would be a extremely crazy turn of events and an amazing way for an unpredictable story to end in its own right, correct? So, but at the same time, all of these things are still a flip of the coin. There's no knowing who is right, who is wrong, who's guilty, who's innocent. But at the end of the day, what really matters is the court of public opinion. Unfortunately, those are the times that we live in. So, do us a favor. Drop some knowledge in the comments. Let us know how you guys are feeling about this. Do you feel as though Tory is innocent? Do you think that he's guilty? Do you think that Meg is a liar? Or do you think that Meg is telling the truth? Do you think that Drake honestly feels as though Tory should be let free? Or does he just have this secret hidden animosity towards Meg Thee Stallion? Let us know in the comments. Also, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, it's your boy BREAD Fox reporting from the Chicks Universe. Till next time.